Okay, good day everyone. Now we're going to continue our discussion. So natapos tayo sa culture is social. When we say culture is social, it tackles about uh, the basic needs or basic biological needs such as food, sleeps, and sex, and the way we fulfill those needs varies from cross-culturally. It is not biological and we do not inherit it. Ibig sabihin, ang culture is social ay nakukuha sa family. Halimbawa nito ay sa bahay, yung po at opo. Ito yung mga natututunan natin. Next. Okay. For the next one, culture varies from other society. A culture is something that stands for something else. Culture vary cross-culturally and are arbitrary. Kapag sinabi nating arbitrary, katulad ng sinabi ko sa Pilipino ay walang tiyak na batayan. So, they only have meaning when people in a culture agree on their use. Language, money, and art are all symbols. Language is the most important symbolic component of culture. So, iba-iba ang kultura kada lugar kapag sinabi natin na culture varies from other society. Maaari natin gamiting halimbawa yung pagkakaroon natin ng iba't ibang dialekto kada lugar dahil ito ay sumasalamin din sa ating kultura. Halimbawa, sa Batangas, ang kanilang dialekto ay Batanggenyo. Sa Pampanga, Kapampangan. Ganon. So, mula sa pamagat ng culture varies from other society, ang ibig sabihin lamang nito ay iba-iba ang kultura o nagbabago ang kultura kada lugar o kada lipunan na kinabibilangan ng isang individual. Okay, next. Culture is shared. Because we share culture with other members of our group, we are able to act in socially appropriate ways as well as predict how others will act. Despite the shared nature of culture, that doesn't mean that culture is homogeneous or the same. Naipapasa daw ang kultura hanggang sa kasalukuyan. Naniniwala ba kayo doon? Siyempre, maihahalin tulad natin ito sa isang aklat. Anong aklat? Halimbawa, ang aklat ng kasaysayan. Marami dun sa aklat na nakatala yung mga nangyari nung nakaraang panahon na makikita natin na maaaring mangyari sa panahon natin ngayon. Paano naman po natin yun, ma'am, ikokonekta sa kultura kung naipapasa ito hanggang sa kasalukuyan? Simple lang. Meron tayong mga kultura noon o mga gawing nakasanayan na hanggang ngayon ay meron pa rin tayo. So, ibig sabihin, naipapasa, pero hindi namamana. Magkaiba po ang naipapasa at namamana. Next, culture is gratifying. This known as holism or the various parts of a culture being interconnected. All aspects of a culture are related to one another, and to truly understand a culture, one must learn about all of its parts, not only a few. So, ano naman po ang ibig sabihin ng culture is gratifying? Ibig sabihin lamang nito, konektado yung isang kultura sa isa pang kultura. Halimbawa, yung pagmamano at po at opo, yung mga kaugalian, mga birthdays, Valentine's, Christmas, and New Year. So, mula sa salitang interconnected, ibig sabihin lamang nito ay magkakaugnay. So, yung kultura daw po ay magkakaugnay. Bilisan na lang natin. Next, culture is continuous. Every culture grows to imbibe new aspects into it through art, imagination, rules, and regulation, get formulated into a complex environment. It sustains itself with minor changes. Paano naman yung culture is continuous? Ma'am, sabi nyo kanina, hindi po namamana yung kultura. Paano naman ito? Halimbawa, sa isang tahanan, ang doon tayo sa paraan ng pagluluto naman, i-connect natin yung kultura sa paraan ng pagluluto. Meron tayong mga recipe na nakasanayan. Ngayon, yung recipe na yon ay ibibigay natin doon sa susunod na magluluto. So, culture is shared. Culture is continuous. Pero, katulad ng sinabi kanina, hindi po ito nai-inherit o namamana. Next, cultural transmission. It is the way a person learns about a culture by engaging and immersing themselves in the culture and people around them. Another term for this is cultural learning. Cultural transmission refers to the way a person learns about the social behavior that make up a particular society. Paano naman po yung cultural transmission? Sige nga, kapag sinabi natin na cultural transmission, ito naman yung mga ah, ang pinakamalapit at madaling halimbawa nito ay mga kwento ng mga lolo at lola natin. So, masasabi ba natin na cultural transmission po yon? Yes, it is the way a person learns about a new culture by engaging and immersing themselves in the culture and people around them. So, ibinabahagi sa kwento ng mga lolo at lola, it is like, uh, kapag nasa isang classroom tayo, pwede natin siyang itulad sa sharing of ideas. So, yun yung kwento ng mga lolo at lola natin. Now, you will be tasked to do the activities, the questions here. How does the process of learning cultural norms and values differ across societies, and what factors influence these differences? In what ways do social interaction contribute to the formation and perpetuation of cultural practices, and how do this interaction vary in diverse cultural contexts? Now, the third one is how do the shared aspect of culture foster a sense of identity and community among its members, and what challenges arise when cultures intersect or clash. Sorry. Then another task for you is the situation analysis. The teacher will give a series of situations for the students to identify about the characteristics of the culture. So, sa situation analysis, sagot lang po yung inyong gagawin. Sagot lang yung inyong ilalagay. Halimbawa, sa number 1, for example, so makinig kayo mabuti, kailangan tama yung sagot nyo dito kasi sasabihin ko na yung sagot sa number 1. Evangelista family was known for their religiosity. Francis, the youngest of the family, learned how to pray the Holy Rosary and the Oración at the age of 10. According to him, his grandparents were the ones who taught him the proper way of praying. Now, ma'am, what is the answer to that? How comes it interconnects with the characteristic of culture? Paano po natin na-identify yung characteristic ng culture dito sa situation number 1? So, ang simple lang ng sagot dito. The answer for number 1 is culture is learned. Why po learned? Bakit po culture is learned? Ang sabi dito, the keyword here is Francis, the youngest of the family, learned how to pray the Holy Rosary and the Oración at the age of 10. According to him, ito yun, the grandparents of him taught him the proper way of praying. So, the answer for number 1 is culture is learned. Okay? That same goes with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You need to identify what characteristic of culture does the situation is stated. Ma'am, ano po yung sagot? Word lang po. Word lang. Katulad ng sabi ko, sa number 1 ang sagot ay learned. Kasi characteristic lang po siya ng culture. Now next, I will send the video about the activity of yours. na you need to find a partner and each pair will be given a short time to think and exchange ideas regarding the video. After the allotted time for each question, the subject facilitator will ask four pairs to share their insight. So, isusulat na lang to sa isang bond paper. Bond paper po ang video analysis na gagawin natin. So, sa bond paper, nandoon yung mga ideas and information na pag-uusapan at pagbabahagian nyo ng iyong kapareha. Now, for your activity, you need to draw and explain how you can show that you are proud of your own unique Filipino culture. Next. Okay, let's move forward really faster. Technological advancement, we have the digital revolution. In digital revolution, the rise of the internet, smartphones, and social media has transformed how we communicate, work, and access information. Technologies like artificial intelligence and blockchains are further reshaping industries and daily life. Sa digital revolution, it is our more on sa generation natin ngayon, it is the digital revolution. Bakit po? Kasi nandito na yung mga tinatawag nila noon na imposibleng bagay. Kasi nung nakaraan o nung wala pang gaanong technology, hindi naniniwala yung mga tao na maaaring magkaroon no makatawag gamit lamang ang cellphone or magkalayo pero nakikita ang isa't isa. That's video call. Okay. Now our generation is in the period of the digital revolution. Why? Because this is now the rise of the internet, smartphone, and social media. How about ma'am the medical innovation? Advances in medical technology such as telemedicine, personalized medicine, and biotechnology have improved healthcare outcomes and accessibilities. Now, when we say technological advancement, mas pasok siya sa generation natin ngayon. So, meron tayong digital revolution and medical innovation kung saan applicable sa panahon natin ngayon. Pero sa Pilipinas, ah yes, may mga ospital na nag-o-offer ng advances in medical technology pero more on sa public, hindi sa sinisiraan ko. More on sa public ay hindi pa gano'n ka-advance yung ibang technology. Kaya yung iba napipilitang mag-private para patingin ng maayos sa kanilang karamdaman. Now, globalization. Before we proceed, I want to ask you what is globalization. Now, how are you going to answer that? Once you watch this video, I want you to answer it on our group chat. You can type your answer about what globalization is really all about, or you can send it through voicemail. Economic interdependence, globalization has increased the flow of goods, services, capital, and labor across borders, leading to economic growth and interdependence. I'm sorry if lagi kong kinakamot yung ilong ko. It's just Makate. Okay. When we say globalization, it tackles about uh, modernization and development, not just on the economy, but on the technological advancement side. Now, ma'am, is it interconnected with market integration? Yes, it is interconnected with market integration. Ano ba yung unang naging integration ng bawat bansa? So, meron tayong tinatawag nun na the galleon trade. It is one of the example ng market integration kung saan doon nagpasimula yung pagpapaunlad ng isang ekonomiya ng bansa. Okay, next. Shifts in social norms. Now we will be talking about the gender equality. I know all of you are aware and familiar with this one because it really is a modern topic. and the LGBTQIA plus rights, societal acceptance, and legal recognition of LGBTQ. So uh, we're not going to discuss this elaborately because I know it's an open topic and we are all aware of what is gender equality and LGBTQIA plus rights na sinisik ng bawat uh, member ng society. Next, migration. We have the urbanization and the cultural integration. What is urbanization? According to this, urbanization, increased migration to urban areas, has led to the growth of cities and changes in the urban culture and infrastructure. So kapag sinabi natin na urbanization, just like what you guys had reported, this is part of the development of one's culture and infrastructure. Kadalasan, ang dahilan nito ay increase ng migration sa mga urban areas na nagiging dahilan ng growth ng bawat syudad. Now, what is cultural integration? When migration has interconnected with cultural integration, migration has brought diverse cultures together, leading to multicultural society and the blending of tradition. Ma'am, edi parang ang gulo po kasi naghahalo-halo yung isang kultura at yung bawat tradisyon. No, kasi nagkakaroon tayo ng tinatawag natin sa figurative language na acceptance. So, meron tayong tinatawag na adaptation and sharing kung saan nagkakaroon tayo ng multicultural society at yung mga nakasanayan at tradisyon ay nakukuha natin at napagsasama-sama. So, kung alam niyo yung kasabihan na unity, Unity within diversity, if I'm not mistaken. Unity in I'm sorry, I forgot the quotes. Pero parang interconnected siya with this one na despite the diversity o yung kaibahan ng bawat tao ay merong inclusion na nangyayari at yun yung nakakapag-isa sa bawat miyembro ng lipunan. Now, your task, I will send this PowerPoint presentation again. What are the main cause of these changes? You need to answer this on our group chat na lang din. I will just ask you about this. What are the main causes of this change? What are the intermediate and long-term effects in culture and society? How has this change impacted different demographic groups? So, this question, hindi ko na siya ipapapas sa inyo. Hindi ko na siya ipapa-activity na written. You can answer this question on our group chat. Now, ano po yung activity po namin? This one. The student will make a reflection paper about the cause and effect of how society and culture changes. So, yun lang. Reflection lang naman yung magiging output nyo for this one. So, ilalagay nyo lang doon kung ano ba yung cause, ano ba yung effect, kung bakit nagbabago yung lipunan at kultura ng isang pangkat o ng isang bansa. I will be sending the other topic maybe tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon due to my signal na sobrang bagal at sobrang hina.